Tonight, as I close my eyes and drift into the quiet of the world around me, I am not greeted by darkness, but by the light that I've carried with me through every moment of growth. I look back, not at where I've been, but at how far I've come. Every step, every stumble has shaped me into who I am today, and for that, I am grateful. I stand here because resilience runs through me. Every challenge I faced, every door that was closed has only made me stronger. It's not the easy moments that define us, but the moments where we fall and get back up stronger than before. In this journey of life, I've learned to embrace my imperfections. They are not flaws, but pieces of my unique story. It is in the cracks where the light shines through. The imperfections are not something to be hidden, but celebrated as part of what makes us whole. I remind myself, as I close my eyes, that empathy is the thread that ties us all together. It's through understanding and kindness, both toward others and ourselves, that we find real connection. And in these connections we find strength. As the world sleeps, I look forward to tomorrow. I know that every new day is a chance to move forward, to learn, to grow, and to be better than the day before. With hope, courage, and an open heart, I will face whatever comes, knowing that I am capable of achieving great things. Personal growth is not a destination, but rather an ongoing journey, one that is shaped by the twists and turns of life and by the challenges that often feel impossible to overcome. Each day, as we walk through the ups and downs, we are offered opportunities to learn, evolve, and redefine who we are. It is in the moments of struggle and discomfort that we often discover the most about ourselves. Growth isn't always comfortable, and it certainly doesn't come with a clear path. But that's what makes it meaningful. When we reflect on our journeys, we realize that growth is never linear. There are times when we feel as though we've taken 2 steps forward, only to find ourselves stumbling backward. And yet, this is part of the process. We've all faced moments of self-doubt, of uncertainty, and of fear. These are natural reactions when we step outside of our comfort zones. Change is never easy. It requires us to break free from the familiar, from what we know, and to venture into the unknown, where nothing is guaranteed. But it is exactly this discomfort that fosters the seeds of transformation. If we only stayed in the comfortable corners of our lives, we would never experience the richness of our potential. Personal development is, at its core, about learning to embrace change and find the lessons hidden in the challenges. The path is not always smooth, and sometimes the way ahead seems clouded by obstacles. But every challenge is an invitation to grow stronger. It's easy to get discouraged when things don't go as planned. Perhaps we find ourselves at a crossroads or struggling with setbacks. But in those moments, if we pause and shift our perspective, we can see that these hurdles are not roadblocks. They are stepping stones. They are the opportunities that force us to develop resilience, creativity, and patience. Change, although often unwelcome at first, is one of the most powerful tools for growth. The natural resistance we feel toward change often comes from a fear of the unknown. We find comfort in routines, in the things we can predict, and in the lives we've built. But when life nudges us or even forces us to change, we are faced with a decision. We can resist and remain stuck, or we can lean into the discomfort and allow ourselves to adapt. This is where the magic happens. Growth occurs when we embrace change, not as something to fear, but as an opportunity to explore new possibilities, to challenge old beliefs, and to create new versions of ourselves. Embracing change is also about letting go of perfectionism, the notion that we must have everything figured out before we take a step. There is no perfect time for growth. There is no ideal moment where everything aligns in a perfect way. The truth is, growth often happens in the midst of chaos, in the uncertainty of life's transitions. And this is precisely why it's so important to be kind to ourselves throughout the process. It's okay to not have all the answers. It's okay to not be perfect. What matters is the willingness to move forward despite the unknowns. When we think about personal development, it's crucial to recognize that it's not just about acquiring new skills or knowledge, although those are important aspects of growth. It's also about changing the way we see the world and ourselves. It's about adopting a mindset that values progress over perfection and sees challenges as opportunities rather than threats. Growth involves shifting our perspectives, questioning the assumptions we've held onto for years, and being willing to see things from a different angle. It means being open to the idea that we can always become better versions of ourselves, no matter where we are in life. However, growth isn't something that happens overnight. It's not a quick fix, nor is it a checklist to be completed. It's a lifelong commitment to becoming more, to understanding ourselves more deeply, and to stepping into the fullest expression of who we are. The road is long and winding, and there will be times when we feel lost or overwhelmed. But it is in those moments of doubt and difficulty that we must remember the most important truth about growth. It is always a process, and it is always worth it. Every challenge we face adds to the person we are becoming. We may not see the full picture in the moment, but if we allow ourselves to trust the process, we will eventually look back and see how each experience, whether good or bad, played a role in our development. Each failure becomes a lesson, each success a stepping stone to something greater. The growth we experience doesn't always manifest in visible external ways. Sometimes it shows up as a shift in how we think, a change in our habits, or a newfound sense of inner peace. Growth is subtle, yet profound. As we continue on this journey, it's essential to remember that embracing change and challenges doesn't mean we have to do it alone. Growth is often accelerated by the people around us, those who support and encourage us, as well as those who challenge us. Relationships, communities, and connections play an essential role in the development of our character. The shared experiences, the moments of vulnerability, and the encouragement from others help us to see that we are not isolated in our growth. We are all on this journey together, learning from each other and growing as a collective. Ultimately, the importance of embracing change and challenges in personal development is that it is what pushes us to become the best version of ourselves. It is the discomfort, the challenges, and the changes that refine us, that make us stronger, more compassionate, and more capable of handling whatever life throws our way. It is through these moments of struggle that we learn to rise, to adapt, and to transform. Personal development is not a destination to be reached, but an ongoing journey, one that continues to unfold as long as we are open to change and willing to embrace the challenges that come with it. Resilience is one of the most powerful and transformative qualities a person can possess. It is the ability to withstand adversity, to remain grounded in the face of challenges, and to rise again even when life seems to knock us down. In its essence, resilience is not about avoiding difficulties or escaping hardship. It is about how we respond to them. Life will inevitably present us with obstacles, but it is how we approach those obstacles that defines our journey. Resilience is a muscle that grows stronger the more it is exercised. And every time we face adversity, we have the opportunity to build it. When we face difficulties, whether personal, professional, or relational, it's easy to feel overwhelmed. There are moments when the weight of the world seems unbearable and the path ahead feels uncertain. But it is in these moments that resilience becomes our greatest asset. The power of resilience lies in its ability to transform obstacles into opportunities. Challenges that at first glance seem like insurmountable barriers can become the very things that push us forward if we allow them to. Every obstacle holds a lesson, and every setback is an invitation to learn and grow. The more we lean into these challenges instead of running from them, the stronger we become. At the heart of resilience is the ability to adapt. Life rarely goes according to plan, and it is often in the moments when things don't go as expected that we discover our true strength. Resilient people do not view setbacks as failures, but as opportunities for redirection. When a dream is delayed or a goal is unmet, it's easy to get discouraged. But in those moments, resilience asks us to take a step back, reassess the situation, and find new ways forward. It encourages us to see beyond the immediate pain and look toward the possibility of a better tomorrow. Resilience is about recognizing that setbacks are not permanent, but simply part of the ebb and flow of life. Facing adversity head-on requires an inner strength that many of us may not even realize we possess until we are tested. The human spirit is capable of more than we often give it credit for. In times of hardship, we discover depths of strength and courage we didn't know existed. The key is to tap into this strength, to trust ourselves, and to keep going even when the road ahead is unclear. Resilience is not about always being strong. It is about allowing ourselves to be vulnerable, to feel the pain and the struggle, and to continue moving forward regardless. The greatest acts of strength often come in the quiet moments when we choose to rise, even when it would be easier to stay down. But resilience isn't just about individual strength, it's also about perspective. Resilient people have the ability to shift their perspective on adversity. Instead of seeing obstacles as insurmountable, they view them as opportunities for growth. They understand that every challenge, no matter how difficult, offers a chance to become better, to learn, and to evolve. In this sense, resilience is deeply connected to a growth mindset. It is the belief that our abilities and intelligence are not fixed but can be developed over time. With this mindset, challenges are not roadblocks, they are stepping stones. Every time we face a challenge and overcome it, we expand our capacity to handle future adversity. Furthermore, resilience is about maintaining hope and optimism, even in the darkest of times. It's easy to feel lost when things aren't going the way we planned, but resilience teaches us that there is always light on the other side of the storm. It is in the darkest moments that our resilience shines brightest. Hope is not just a passive feeling. It is an active choice to believe that things can improve, that better days are ahead. This hope gives us the strength to keep pushing forward, even when the path ahead seems unclear. Resilience is a testament to the belief that no matter how tough things get, there is always a way through. The power of resilience also lies in its ability to build connection. When we go through adversity, we often feel isolated, as if we are the only ones suffering. But resilience teaches us that we are not alone in our struggles. There is a shared humanity in facing hardship, and through our challenges, we can connect with others who are going through similar experiences. This sense of connection not only helps us to heal, but also strengthens our resolve. We are reminded that we are part of a larger community, that our struggles are not isolated, and that we can draw strength from one another. In this way, resilience is not just an individual trait, it is a collective one. When we face adversity together, we can support each other, share wisdom, and lift each other up. Resilience creates a sense of solidarity, reminding us that while we may face challenges on our own, we are never truly alone. The bonds we form during difficult times often become some of the strongest relationships in our lives because they are forged in the fire of shared experience and mutual support. Finally, resilience is about the belief that our past does not define us. We are not the sum of our failures or our mistakes. We are the sum of our ability to rise again, to learn from our past, and to continue moving forward. It's easy to get stuck in the past, to replay our failures and regrets over and over in our minds, but resilience encourages us to look forward, to focus on what we can do now rather than what we didn't do before. It reminds us that every day is a new chance to start again, to move forward, and to become the person we are meant to be. Our mistakes and setbacks do not have to define our future. It is our response to those challenges that shapes who we become. The true power of resilience lies in its ability to transform. It turns adversity into strength, failure into opportunity, and pain into growth. Every time we face a challenge and choose to rise above it, we become stronger, wiser, and more equipped to handle whatever comes next. Resilience is not about avoiding difficulties. It is about learning to thrive in spite of them. It is the realization that no matter how hard life gets, we always have the power to choose how we respond. Resilience is a reminder that every obstacle is an opportunity for growth, and that with each challenge, we are becoming the best version of ourselves. Imperfections are often viewed as something to be hidden, fixed, or avoided, yet they are what make us unique and deeply human. Society tends to place great emphasis on perfection, celebrating flawless skin, unblemished achievements, and seamless lives. We are constantly surrounded by images of idealized beauty, success, and happiness. But in this pursuit of perfection, we forget something crucial. It is our flaws, our imperfections that shape who we are, that give us depth and character, and that make us beautiful in ways that perfection could never achieve. Each of us carries within us a set of quirks, scars, and flaws, both physical and emotional, that tell our stories and define our individuality. These imperfections are not marks of weakness or failure. They are the fingerprints of our experiences, the evidence of the journeys we have walked. When we embrace these flaws, we not only begin to see ourselves with more compassion and understanding, but we also begin to recognize the inherent beauty that resides within us. Flaws are the threads that weave our personal tapestry, each one contributing to the richness and complexity of who we are. The idea of perfection is a societal construct, one that often leaves us feeling inadequate or unworthy. We are conditioned to believe that there is something wrong with being imperfect, that we need to conform to a set of standards to be accepted or loved. But this quest for flawlessness comes at a cost. It robs us of the authenticity and vulnerability that make us truly connect with others. It is in our imperfections that we find the courage to show up as our true selves, without the masks, the filters, or the expectations. Our flaws make us real, and it is this rawness that creates the most meaningful connections with others. When we look at ourselves through the lens of imperfection, we see that our flaws are not limitations, but rather the very things that set us apart. For example, a scar on the skin is not just a mark, it tells the story of survival, of overcoming a challenge or trauma. A gap in a smile is not something to be hidden, but rather a characteristic that makes someone instantly recognizable. The way we walk, talk, or even the way we express emotions. These are all unique aspects of who we are, and they become part of our beauty when we learn to embrace them. Each imperfection carries with it the weight of experience, and that experience gives us a depth that perfection could never provide. It's easy to get caught up in the narratives that the world has created around beauty, success, and worth. We look at others and see only their polished exteriors, forgetting that behind every perfectly curated image is a story, often one filled with struggles, pain, and imperfections. No one is truly flawless. Everyone has their own internal battles, their own scars, and their own quirks that make them who they are. And when we start to see others through this lens, acknowledging that their flaws are as much a part of them as their strengths, we can begin to shift the way we see ourselves. If we can love others for their imperfections, why not love ourselves in the same way? Imperfections are not just physical, they also live in the way we think, feel, and behave. We all have moments of doubt, of insecurity, of fear. We have moments when we make mistakes, when we fall short of our own expectations or the expectations of others. But these moments of imperfection are not weaknesses. They are opportunities for growth. Each time we stumble and rise again, we become stronger, more resilient, and more empathetic. Our flaws teach us the value of patience, both with ourselves and with others. They help us understand that no one is perfect, and that is perfectly okay. It is the imperfections that teach us to be kind, to be compassionate, and to see the beauty in others and ourselves, even when we don't have it all together. When we begin to embrace our imperfections, we also begin to embrace the process of becoming. Life is not about reaching a state of perfection, it is about growing, evolving, and learning. Every imperfection is part of the journey of becoming the person we are meant to be. We are constantly evolving, constantly shedding old versions of ourselves and stepping into new ones. Our flaws are markers of this transformation. They show us that we are alive, that we are changing, and that we are human. In this sense, imperfections are not something to be ashamed of. They are the very evidence that we are growing, that we are learning, and that we are moving forward. One of the greatest gifts of embracing imperfections is the freedom it brings. When we let go of the pressure to be perfect, we allow ourselves to experience life more fully, more authentically. We stop comparing ourselves to others and start celebrating our own unique qualities. We stop chasing after unrealistic ideals and start honoring who we truly are. This freedom opens the door to self-acceptance and self-love, and it allows us to live in alignment with our truest selves. We become more confident, more at peace, and more connected to the people around us. In a world that often tells us we must be flawless to be worthy, embracing our imperfections is an act of rebellion. It is a declaration that we are enough, just as we are. We do not need to change or fix ourselves to be worthy of love, respect, or happiness. Our flaws are part of the beautiful complexity of who we are, and they contribute to the richness of our lives. The more we accept and love ourselves in all of our imperfections, the more we unlock our true potential, not just for personal fulfillment, but for deeper connection with others. So instead of hiding our flaws, let us celebrate them. Let us recognize them as the marks of our individuality, as the unique expressions of our humanity. When we do, we begin to see the beauty that resides not just in the flawless parts of ourselves, but in the imperfect, messy, and authentic parts as well. And it is in these imperfections that the truest beauty lies. Empathy is one of the most powerful and transformative forces in the world. It is the ability to understand and share the feelings of another, to truly step into someone else's shoes and experience the world from their perspective. But empathy isn't just about how we relate to others. It begins with how we relate to ourselves. Before we can extend compassion and understanding to others, we must first cultivate those qualities within ourselves. Self-empathy, or the practice of being kind and understanding to our own feelings, is just as essential as the empathy we offer to those around us. It is through both self-empathy and empathy toward others that we are able to form deep, meaningful connections that foster understanding, healing, and growth. At its core, empathy allows us to transcend the barriers that divide us. In a world where people are often quick to judge, categorize, and misunderstand each other, empathy invites us to slow down and truly listen. It encourages us to approach others with an open heart and an open mind, to embrace their experiences without judgment or dismissal. Empathy requires vulnerability, the willingness to be present with someone else's pain, joy, or confusion, and the courage to offer our presence without trying to fix or solve the situation. It's not about offering solutions or providing advice. It's about creating a space for someone to feel heard, seen, and valued. It's a quiet but powerful act of human connection. However, in order to truly empathize with others, we must first understand and accept ourselves. Self-empathy is the foundation of all empathy. It is about treating ourselves with the same care, kindness, and patience that we would extend to a friend in need. We often overlook this crucial element of empathy because we are conditioned to put others before ourselves, to prioritize their needs over our own. But if we cannot show ourselves the same compassion we offer to others, how can we genuinely extend it to those around us? Self-empathy encourages us to embrace our own feelings without shame or judgment. It means recognizing our pain, joy, doubts, and dreams as valid and worthy of attention. By accepting ourselves in our full humanity, we create a solid foundation for empathizing with others. When we are kind to ourselves, we are better equipped to be kind to others. If we constantly berate ourselves, feel inadequate, or suppress our emotions, it becomes difficult to offer empathy to others. We are less likely to be patient, less likely to listen deeply, and less likely to create connections based on understanding and compassion. On the other hand, when we practice self-empathy, we create an inner sense of peace that allows us to extend that same peace to others. We become more present, more patient, and more open to the emotions and experiences of those around us. By embracing our own vulnerabilities, we allow ourselves to relate to others on a deeper level, fostering a sense of shared humanity. Empathy is a bridge between people, a way to break down the walls that often divide us. In a world that can sometimes feel fragmented, empathy helps us reconnect with the people around us. It allows us to move beyond the surface level of interactions and engage with others on a deeper, more meaningful level. It is not just about acknowledging someone else's pain or joy, but about sharing in it, about walking alongside them in their journey. Whether it's listening to a friend who is going through a difficult time, supporting a colleague who feels overwhelmed, or simply offering a kind word to a stranger, empathy creates moments of connection that can make all the difference in someone's life. What's remarkable about empathy is that it doesn't just benefit others, it benefits us as well. When we empathize with someone, we open ourselves up to the possibility of growth and learning. We see the world through their eyes, and in doing so, we expand our own perspective. We begin to recognize the shared experiences that unite us as human beings, rather than focusing on the differences that divide us. Empathy teaches us that we are all connected, that our joys and sorrows are intertwined, and that the pain of one person is the pain of us all. In this way, empathy fosters not only personal growth, but also social harmony. It creates a world where understanding and compassion take precedence over judgment and division. In relationships, whether they are with family, friends, colleagues, or romantic partners, empathy is the glue that holds people together. It is what allows us to weather the storms of conflict and difficulty, and to come out stronger on the other side. Without empathy, relationships become shallow, transactional, and disconnected. But when we listen with empathy, when we seek to understand the emotions and needs of those we care about, we deepen the bond we share with them. Where both parties feel safe expressing themselves without fear of judgment or rejection. It invites us to be vulnerable with each other, to share our hopes, fears, and dreams, knowing that we will be met with understanding and support. Moreover, empathy doesn't require us to have all the answers or to fix the problems of others. It is about holding space for someone's experience, being present with them in their struggles and triumphs, and offering our unwavering support. Sometimes, all someone needs is a listening ear, someone to validate their feelings and let them know they are not alone. In these moments, empathy is the greatest gift we can give. The beauty of empathy is that it has the power to heal. It has the ability to soothe pain, lift spirits, and foster a sense of belonging. When we experience empathy, we feel seen, heard, and valued, things that every human being craves. Whether it's a simple gesture of kindness or a deep conversation with a friend, empathy can transform the way we interact with the world. It opens our hearts to others and reminds us of the importance of connection. Through empathy, we learn to treat ourselves and others with kindness, patience, and understanding. It encourages us to step outside of our own experiences and see the world from different perspectives, to acknowledge the struggles and joys of those around us, and to respond with love and compassion. Empathy creates the foundation for deeper relationships, for more connected communities, and for a more harmonious world. In practicing empathy, we cultivate the qualities that allow us to truly understand one another, to heal together, and to grow together. And it all begins with the willingness to listen to ourselves, to others, and to the world around us. Tomorrow is a new day, a blank canvas, waiting to be filled with opportunities, experiences, and growth. It's easy to get bogged down by the challenges of today, to focus on what isn't going right or the obstacles in our path. But the beauty of tomorrow is that it is full of possibility. A chance to turn the page, to rewrite our story, and to begin again. No matter what has happened in the past, tomorrow gives us the gift of a fresh start, a new beginning that is brimming with hope, potential, and promise. The key is to approach tomorrow with a heart full of hope, a mind filled with positivity, and the confidence that we have the ability to create the future we desire. Hope is the anchor that keeps us grounded when the storm of life rages around us. It's the belief that no matter how difficult the present moment may seem, better days are ahead. Hope is not about ignoring the struggles or pretending that everything is perfect. Rather, it is about choosing to believe that even in the face of adversity, there is always the potential for growth, change, and healing. Hope is the fuel that propels us forward, that drives us to get up each morning, face the challenges of the day, and keep moving toward our dreams. It is a quiet, unshakable belief that no matter what happens, we can overcome, we can thrive, and we can create a future that is brighter than today. In the same way, positivity is a powerful force that can transform our outlook on life. When we choose to focus on the good, to look for the silver linings in every situation, we begin to shift our perspective. Positivity doesn't mean ignoring the negative or pretending that everything is always going to be okay. It means choosing to find the lessons, the blessings, and the opportunities for growth in every moment. When we approach tomorrow with positivity, we are not simply waiting for things to get better. We are actively working toward creating a future that reflects our best selves. Positivity allows us to rise above the challenges, to see them as temporary setbacks rather than insurmountable obstacles, and to move forward with the belief that we are capable of handling whatever comes our way. Confidence is another crucial element when it comes to looking forward to tomorrow with hope and belief in ourselves. Confidence is the trust we place in our own abilities, the belief that we are capable of facing whatever challenges lie ahead. It's not about being arrogant or pretending that we have all the answers. It's about recognizing our strengths, embracing our imperfections, and having the courage to take risks and step outside of our comfort zones. Confidence is the inner knowing that, no matter how uncertain the path may seem, we have everything we need within us to navigate it. It's about having the faith to take the first step even when the destination is unclear, and trusting that the journey will unfold as it should. The future is not something that simply happens to us. It is something we create. Every decision we make today, every action we take, every mindset we choose, shapes the tomorrow we will experience. The beauty of tomorrow lies in its malleability, its potential to be whatever we want it to be. We are the architects of our future, and with the right mindset, one of hope, positivity, and confidence, we can build a tomorrow that reflects our deepest desires and highest aspirations. One of the most powerful things we can do is to look at tomorrow with the belief that it holds endless potential for growth and discovery. Life is a journey of constant evolution, and tomorrow is an opportunity to take the next step in that journey. It is a chance to learn from our mistakes, to build on our successes, and to continue growing into the person we are meant to be. The challenges we face today do not define who we are. They are simply stepping stones on the path to who we are becoming. Every difficulty is an opportunity to strengthen our resilience, deepen our understanding, and refine our character. With each new day, we get closer to realizing our true potential. Tomorrow is also an invitation to let go of the past and embrace the present moment. We are often weighed down by regrets, by mistakes we've made, or by things we wish we had done differently. But the beauty of tomorrow is that it offers us the chance to leave those regrets behind, to forgive ourselves, and to move forward with a renewed sense of purpose. We cannot change the past, but we have the power to shape the future. Each day is an opportunity to create a new story, to write a new chapter, and to live in a way that aligns with our values and aspirations. The past is not a reflection of who we are today. It is merely a part of the journey that has brought us to this point. And with every tomorrow, we are given a new chance to create a future that is filled with hope, purpose, and belief in our own potential is essential when looking forward to tomorrow. So often we doubt ourselves, wondering if we are capable of achieving the things we desire. But the truth is, we are all capable of more than we realize. Our potential is limitless, and every new day presents an opportunity to tap into that potential, to step into our power, and to make our dreams a reality. Believing in ourselves doesn't mean we won't face obstacles or setbacks. It means that we trust ourselves to overcome them, to learn from them, and to continue moving forward. The most successful people in the world are not the ones who have never failed. They are the ones who have failed and gotten back up again, who have kept going despite the odds, and who have remained steadfast in their belief that they are capable of achieving their goals. Looking forward to tomorrow with hope, positivity, and confidence is not about ignoring the challenges or pretending that everything is perfect. It is about embracing the reality of life, the ups and downs, the highs and lows, and choosing to face them with an open heart and an unwavering belief in our own ability to navigate whatever comes our way. Tomorrow holds infinite possibilities, and with the right mindset, we can approach it with excitement, optimism, and the knowledge that we have the power to create the future we desire. Tomorrow is not just a continuation of today. It is a new beginning, a new chapter, and a new opportunity to become the person we are meant to be. Let us welcome it with hope, confidence, and a deep belief in the incredible potential within us all. Good night.